Women's Day. We're having a great conversation with women first ladies from county number 034, Edna Lenku. That's Kajiado County. And county number 044, Agnes Ochilo. That's Migori County. Wonderful conversation, folks. You can join in at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLIVE. You know, a lot of people are reacting to what you said, Agnes, earlier on. The 20 shillings that woman went looking for in your house. 20 bob. 20 bob. That was all the money she had in the world. That was all the money. And the one chicken. And when she got it, she smiled. You know, you could see that's what made me, and she was holding her hand like this. Good. So I expected some note. Yeah. When she opened, it was 20 shillings. It's that bad. It is that bad. Are we ever going to get out of this? Will we ever come through? I mean, okay, devolution, it's working slowly. Yes, eventually, slowly. Yeah. But, you know, there is a difference being made. But are we, I mean, on the one hand, people are stealing billions. Imagine. And on the other hand, 20 bob, you're 20 saving. Bob is her life savings. It's her life saving. And a chicken. For it, and one chicken. Yeah. So I'm even worried. I even now will have to send my staff to go and check if the chicken is doing well. Yeah. How is she doing? She's doing well, but she has had that problem for very long. Yeah. So she loves to 70s. Yeah. And she got it when she got her first child. So after that, she couldn't get a child, and the husband married other wives. So she was abandoned like that. No child, no nothing. She's alone in the house. So it's really the level of poverty that we see on the ground is more than what you can imagine. Yeah. It is terrible. And the amazing thing is that if these people are assisted in one way or another, they are able to do something. They are able to farm. Like, you know, we do a lot of farming along the lake. They are able to fish. Of course, we have the... But Migori is an amazing county. You know, we are the only county that borders two countries. We border both Uganda and Tanzania. Uganda at the border. Have you been to Migori, by the way? No, never. You have to come. You have to come. Really? So we border Tanzania, and then we border Uganda at the Migingo, the famous Migingo Island. So there's a lot of potential. We have gold. We have a lot of gold. We are doing a lot of gold, but the problem is that the people who mine the gold have never been able to benefit from that gold. So the current governor, my husband, is really working hard to ensure that the miners, the people who go underground to collect that gold that at times even expose their lives to risks, get something. So they are working on policies that can assist these people. They're also working on policies that can give water to the rural woman. We find that in Migori, we have women who wake up as early as 3 a.m., not to do anything, just to walk around looking for water. So by the time they come back, it is 8 o'clock. Look at that time that is wasted. They would have done so much. From 3 to 8, you can do so much, but they waste a lot of time going to look for water. So they are doing a lot of boreholes so that these women can engage themselves elsewhere. They are also looking at ways of doing irrigation so that the woman by the lake can be able to harvest something, and whatever they harvest can be able to help them. They're also working on keeping the groups together, like the sales teams, so that, the business groups. Like you have the people who do matatu, those who do border borders, those who do other things, so that they can be economically helped. Yeah. Because we will not get out of it until somebody goes to the ground and uplifts one at a time. And that's what will help Kenya. But I don't know. It will work. It sounds kind of frustrating sometimes. You think, you know, you take one step forward and 3 steps backward. Yes. Huh? Ningumu. Ningumu sana iti. Ningumu. Ningumu. But there's hope? Matumaini yapo. Yeah, matumaini yapo. Hasa sana, if women are empowered, like us, yes. If policies are done, if we go out of our way and reach to them and share what we have, I always say, if God has given you knowledge, please don't stay with it. Take it out. Go teach someone. At least the society will be better. I'll give you a good example. My sister has spoken something about the county.
my counties are also quite different from hers, because I'm also learning. I've never been to Migori just like you, so you also have problems with water.
Yeah, imagine, like, 5 hours walking.
I'm surprised.
What about there?
I don't know now, what will I say? If it's 5 hours and it's raining, my place will be probably a day or
the whole day.
Yeah, the whole day, you know,
I know.
like that.
I know.
Well, besides the water, some of the things that I am very, very keen about is affordable housing. Affordable housing has been embraced by the national government, and it is doing very well in the urban setup. But then, as the First Lady, I keep on asking myself, who is talking about the women, or rather our people in the village? I decided to also advocate for rural housing. I always say our traditional houses of the triangle, the African one, and the Manyata housing, I'm like, the affordable housing has come, but then we should also embrace our culture. We should embrace our culture. Can we improve our housing in the African way, modernize it well, but don't leave our culture behind? Why are we leaving our culture? I advocate for rural housing because I feel like for families to be at peace, they must be in a stable environment. It is about climate change that has brought some of this issue. We have been cutting the trees to build these houses. We've been cutting the trees for firewood. With the little knowledge that we have, is now we go back, introduce something like biogas, teach them, introduced new other things of building houses using the bricks, and it is helping us. And you find, like, for example, even in the urban, this climate change program, I'm also advocating for solid waste is wealth. If you find me in the dump site, you will not know that I'm Mrs. Lenko's wife. You know, I go to the dump site. I go to the dump site, meet with the ladies who are working there, the men, and I would always plan them, put them into cooperative, because of that 20 shillings. Because of that 20 shillings. Because even them, they value that taka-taka. Yeah? Yes. Though if you say taka-taka, they don't really like. Inaitwa mzigo kule chini. Mzigo. Huo mzigo ikifika pale ni mzigo wao. Sasa, I organize them into cooperative, and I want to thank the county government for listening to the voice of such people by even giving them NHIF cards, so that wakifanya hiyo kazi wanaweza enda hospitali, because yale wanashika sana ni vitu nyingi ambayo saa zingine inawakera katika afya zao. So sisi wote ni vyema kuweza kujitokeza na kusaidiana, manake Mungu ametuumba sisi wote tofauti. Huu Mungu tofauti, na Mungu tofauti ni Mungu tofauti. Talanta yako ni tofauti, talanta yangu ni tofauti. Na hilo talanta ndio sababu huko ulimwenguni huu, na ndipo sasa lazima tuweze kujitokeza na kwenda kusaidia mwingine ambaye hajaweza fursa ya kusaidiwa, kupata fursa ya kusaidiwa.
Hapo kweli kabisa, kweli. When it comes to balancing your lives and family lives.
Tuongee Kiswahili. Tuongee Kiswahili. Tuko Afrika na tuko Kenya.
Lugha sana,
tuko Kenya, tuko Afrika.
Tuanze na wewe. Watoto wangapi na alafu
Asante. Tuongee. Sasa ndugu yangu Jeff, mimi ni mama wa watoto 4. Na nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Watoto wamesoma, na masomo yao mimi wanawaambia chochote ambao umesoma lazima pia mwende kijijini mkafunze wengine. Sasa wakati wa likizo mimi na baba yao huwa tunawapanga wanaenda kijijini kufunza wale wengine, manake shule za mjini sio sawa na shule za kule kijijini. Wajua watoto wetu tukiwaacha huku mjini wanaweza kuja wakae mjini na wasao pahali walitoka. Utakuta the grandmother kukule nyumbani, lakini wewe umeweka mtoto wako mjini, nani atamsaidia yule? Na ndiye yule ndio aliyelea baba akafika nafasi kama hii wewe umekaa. Sasa watoto wapo na tunashukuru Mungu, na nafasi ya watoto lazima wapewe. Mzazi akiwa mbali na familia, boma wewe inavunjika. Mama ndio kingo katika familia. Lazima umweleze mtoto shughuli za baba, na baba pia apate muda. Kwa mfano, mimi nilikuwa namweleza mmoja wenu hapa, wakati ule mzee wangu alikuwa katika Minister of Interior. Ilikuwa wakati changamoto sana, ambaye ilikuwa ngumu sana. Na mzee kule mumemulika. Mimi mama sasa nashindwa nitafanyaje, watoto ndio wao wanasema mbona magazeti yanasema hivi na hivi. Sasa mama anasimama katikati, anaeleza watoto baba yenu ni baba yule mzuri na hakuna pahali mikoseni, watu tu wanamuonea. Sasa lazima uhakikishe umejenga familia vizuri. Ila lazima niseme kwamba hivi viongozi wengi ambao huwa unakaa nao hapa wanapitia changamoto kule nje. Baada ya kumaliza nafasi ya uongozi, kuna changamoto ambayo wanapitia, stress, lakini sasa hawezi enda kule nje kueleza watu niko na shida fulani. Ingewezekana kwa maoni yangu, there should be a counseling center for leaders. Ndio wanaenda wanaelekezwa, manake sasa hawezi enda popote tu kwenda kuelekezwa kusema niko na shida hii. Utamulikwa, uwekwe mtandao, na hata leo tunasema siku ya mtandao, so inakuwa changamoto.
Lakini alijaribu sana kutoka siku hizo za Ministry of Interior.
Sema maombi. Sema maombi.
Yote ni maombi?
Maombi. Maombi.
Haya. Na mambo ile ya mattresses iliendaje?
Hiyo ilikuwa ni uongo. Ilikuwa ni uongo. Ilikuwa ni uongo. Mlimuonea mzee wangu ama rafiki yangu. Mlimuonea sana. Rafiki yako.
Asante. Agnes.
Yes.
Na wewe. And you, how many children do you have? How do you balance life?
I have 3 children, 2 grown-ups and 1 baby. I live in Nairobi most of the time. So I have to balance my life between Nairobi and Migori. My last born, as I've mentioned, is still a child. So he starts counting from the time I get into the car to leave. He says, Mom, you are going away for how long? So we have to agree. We say, I'm going for 3 days. Right. And if I have to exceed, then I must call him and tell him that, you know, I was supposed to come back after 2 days, but this and this and this has happened. So I will not come back. I'll come back maybe after a few days. So what I do a lot is to talk to them, to explain to them. My children, I think one is here. I tell them that the life their father is leading is not the one that they necessarily have to live. So I tell them to focus on their lives, because we've had situations where politicians' wives, children also come out and get into the issues of politics, you know, social media and the rest. I tell them, no, unless you really feel you should get into it, do it at your make a decision from within. Do not do it because your father is doing. Whatever you see is happening within the county, those are not your resources. That is not you. You are not a governor, because I don't want them to believe that because their father is a governor, then they are also favored. They must work hard for themselves. And what I do, I guide them to church. The church nowadays, before, you know, we used to have the community raising up our children. But nowadays, the church also helps a lot, because when they go to church, they're able to grow through the stages, from Sunday school to youth to young adults. So that helps me a lot. Yeah. But I ask them to follow their own dreams, not to assume that since their father is a politician, they are also politicians. Right. What their father owns is not theirs. They should also work and get their own.
Nice, nice. And the little one who you have to explain to every time, does he understand? Does he?
Yes, he understands, because whenever he's on holiday, we go with him. And incidentally, he really likes up country.
Does he?
So at times when I'm traveling, I travel with him. He goes and he sees what is happening. So even when I'm there, he'll ask me, "Are you meeting women?" I tell him, "Yes, today I'm with the women." Women from which sub-county? He even knows the sub-counties. So he'll ask me, "Are the people from Rongo or Nyatike?" So he gets to feel that he's part of it. So that really helps him a lot. Then when I come back now, we switch to Nairobi. His homework, his school, and whatever he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the same time,
even for me to come here,
yes,
because I got from up country this morning, I had to explain to him why I'm arriving. He comes back from school, and then I leave again. So we have to keep communicating.
Yeah. Did you tell him you're coming on JKL?
Yes.
Does he know?
I think even he's watching, maybe. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Edna, for International Women's Day, what was that like for you today? Well, I mean, what did you do? Anything different, anything special?
Very beautiful day. I always feel honored and humbled when I meet people. I love people. And today was Women's Day, International Women's Day. And today I was telling women, because I was in Ngong, and I was telling them, Leo, if there was anyone going to someone's house today, hakuna mtu, they'll say, Mama ameenda mahali, so, and Mama was with me. So the day was very beautiful, and I took time to speak with women. And of course, the theme was about innovation and digital, which I spoke to them, and I was telling them, transformation has to come, change come, and we have to accept it. And I asked the youth today that since we are celebrating technology, it has helped us. We've gotten phones. We are even getting medicine, you know, telemedicine now. Yeah, we're also getting now to the rural folk, to the rural people. So the technology itself is coming with good things. And I told them that it is important, use it in the right way. I emphasize the fact that we are Africans, and there are some things you should make sure that you maintain as Africans. Don't just copy the Western culture and do it because it's global, it's done like that. African culture is very beautiful, and so I would appreciate if, for example, you find your colleague having a problem, bring a solution in the social media, but don't bring an idea that will be causing conflicts in the society. So today I took time to talk with the women about innovation and technology. I encourage them that we are all gifted, of which I've said we're all gifted differently. And I told them that so many things that each one of you has done are very special. Very special. And if you just keep them to your heart alone, no one will know you've done it. So you have to speak it out, let other people know about what you've done. You will be encouraging someone. You will be gaining more confidence because of what you have done. Plus today, with my colleagues, we also managed to give away some food, not within the Ngong area, but now the deputy governor's wife was also in another place, giving out food for this day. Yeah.
Agnes, you were up country this morning, weren't you?
I was up country this, and you have to pay that debt because I was supposed to be officiating the Women's Day in Awendo, but because you called me here, they released me.
They released you?
Yeah. What I did, because what I've realized, having been in politics for a long time, it is easier to change an individual than to change a crowd. You'll go to a crowd, they'll say, yes, yeah. But when you get a specific person and then you speak to them, you'll realize that they'll have solutions. Like today, I was speaking to the women who make my hair. I had a chat with them. I asked them, do you know the theme for this year's Women's Day? They said, they were saying innovation, technology. So I told them, yeah, you are right. And then the other one was to embrace equity. Yeah?
Yeah.
So what I was asking them, how can you use innovation and technology to assist you in the business that you're doing? And I realized they know what to do, because they were telling me, like, what they need to do is to come together. They make sure that they're able to put together their services, they advertise it, then they can be in groups. They even now visit homes as groups. So I realized that there's a lot that can be done. What needs to be done is that they have to be trained, because the innovation that is being taught, we want specific innovation that center women, that favor women, that women can relate to. So I'm not sure whether we'll have to train more women in technology, or we have to ask the men to innovate technology that is relevant to the women, because you find, I'm seeing one of the areas where we've made a lot of steps in this, in the medical field, where you can even get prescriptions, or you can just find a way of accessing the medications that you require, because there are diseases that you also don't want to keep going to the doctor and telling the doctor, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. But innovation can assist them so that they're able to type exactly what they are going through, and then they get a response. And those ones can only be understood by fellow women who have gone through such. So I think we will start by changing each woman at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One woman at a time.
One woman at a time.
You were saying earlier on, cancer is also a growing problem in both your counties, huh?
Global, not only my county. Yeah. Everywhere.
But are the numbers high? I mean, are they?
Yeah, they're high. They're high. And that's why the county first ladies came together with a number of partners, who the partners donated the equipments, and our work as the first lady was to get space where these equipments were, and also to mobilize the people.
Who decides where the equipment will be?
The governor. The governor, because now they're the ones who are the leaders of the county. So we have so far put up 16 cancer clinics as the county first ladies in partnership with various partners. And we call this program Empower Clinic. Yeah. And it has really come in handy because initially people used to travel all the way to Kenyatta for screening only. Yeah. But now, because of the evolution, as we said, women are going to the nearby clinic. When they're screened and they are found like they have cancer at an early stage, then they will be treated or even advised otherwise. So cancer is there and it is affecting all. It's actually not only women, it's affecting men. You know, it's all over. So let's keep on, I always encourage women or everyone that it is good to always check your body. Listen to your body. If you have any problem, then it is necessary that you go to the hospital and be checked. Yeah. Yeah.
So you said 16 out of 47 counties?
16 out of 40, and we're still doing it.
And you know, the beauty is, you know, cancer is a deadly disease, but there are some that we can prevent. One of the low-hanging fruits that we have come across as the first ladies is the cervical cancer. We've realized that if a girl is vaccinated before they become sexually active, then they can be able to be immune against the HPV, which causes the cervical cancer. So we are encouraging all the mothers, the fathers, to have their children who are 10 to 14 years vaccinated against that. Then also we are encouraging women from 25 years and above to go for checkups. You know, this is a disease that, if discovered early, is 100% treatable. Yeah, so that's why we are really pushing as the first ladies. We are going out, we are reaching out to schools, we are talking to teachers so that we can also, because the target is that by 2030, we should have vaccinated 90% of the girls, and at least 70% of the women should be going for the checkups. So we are really even asking those who are watching JKLIVE today, kindly, if you have a child who is, a girl who is 10 to 14 years, please take them for HPV.
And that reminds me something that when we are advocating for all this technology, the community there says like, we're not going because probably we'll become barren. So I want to assure our colleagues, rather women out there, that the government will not allow anything bad to happen to us. We are citizens of Kenya, and the government also has goodwill for us. So people should not be afraid of taking such initiatives to take care of their health. Yeah.
And even as mothers, we are able to tell them that our children who are between those ages are vaccinated. We have, for example, the First Lady of Nandi. She was able to tell them that her daughter, Cherop, is vaccinated, so that they can know that we are not only pushing them, but even our own children are getting vaccinated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's still these misconceptions, stereotypes and all this.
Stereotypes, they're there.
Goodness.
They're there.
It's going to take a while, huh?
But we are getting there. If Rwanda has already reached 93%, we are still behind, but we are catching up. The advocacy that we are doing, because we are just good at advocacy that we are doing, is going to bring changes.
And don't forget, Rwanda has more than 50% women in their cabinet.
We are heading there. One woman at a time. That's why we have how many governors? Ladies today?
7 so far.
So 7, and we started with 0. So you can see that the rate at which we are moving, you have to watch out.
3, 7. Good.
This First Ladies Association will become the first, what? First spouse?
First spouses.
First spouses.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
Because even the Constitution itself talks about spouses. But it's because they were all women. That's why they said ladies. And some of them have come out and said they are agreeable to becoming honorary ladies, like Mr. Wanga of Homa Bay. He allows us to call him a honorary lady.
Is that right?
He's one of the men who are also attending our meetings and really advocating for the boy child. You have a voice.
Nice. Ladies, let's take a look at the magic wall. There are lots of tweets coming in from across the country, across the world. Let's see what the folks have to say. Musinga Real says, Edna Lenku is an incredible iron lady full of passion and love to her people. Ma Nation is blessed to have her on the rolling wheel. Keep the hope alive.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lamoy James says, good evening, Jeff. Please pass my regards to First Ladies, Kajiado and Migori. I'm from Kajiado, and I've interacted with Madam Edna Lenku. Her fondness to help youth and women from their oblivion of poverty is on another level. She's very passionate. Proud of her. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, you're touching the people on the ground.
I am. It is in my heart.
Well done.
Yeah.
Gare Bachacha says, the First Ladies are actually doing a great job in the counties. Agnes Ochilo has always proved that. Here at Migori County, we have seen her work. You see? Work speaks for itself. Well done. Well done. Jacob Caleb 7 says, what a candid conversation. County First Ladies are a great resource to the county and national government. Great challenge. Swahili.
Kitukuzwe daima. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, nice, nice. Okelo Mwalimu says, can the two wonderful county First Ladies enlighten us on how they fund their activities on a day-to-day basis? Secondly, I'd be very interested in knowing the level of influence they have when it comes to appointment of county employees like CECs. Let's do the second one first. Do you have any influence in the appointment of CECs? Any of you?
Not really. I mentioned earlier, for me, I don't do politics.
Politics, yeah.
Yeah, I do what assists women and the youth.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would be very keen if the position, the two-thirds position, is followed, because I believe that if we have women in the cabinet, it will be nice. Because if I just let the governor do it, I always ask, do you have any positions for the women? You know, I have to ask. And so that at least women can be helped. Because now, if we don't speak out and support the women who cannot reach the governor, how will we get those space for the CEC? Yeah.
Do you have women CECs?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the law is very clear for them. Yeah. And you know, my husband is a lawyer, so he follows the laws to the letter.
Funding, you talked about your foundation, Agnes Ochilo.
We raise funds through networks that we have. Like I'll tell you about the issue of when I first met a fistula patient, I really felt sorry for that person. So what I did was to find out from their team, the previous first spouses who had done so well when it came to fistula camps. And I was given the first lady, the former first lady of Bungoma, Caroline Wangamati. So I asked her how she had done it, because I believe in building on what somebody else has already built. And together we visited the Flying Doctors Association. Yeah. And that's how we got, because when we got there, they told us they had planned for 8 counties, and Migori was not amongst them. And I challenged them, I asked them, have you ever been to Migori? They couldn't even trace Migori on the map. They struggled, actually the CEO struggled looking for where Migori is. And I told them, you see, that's where you need to go to Migori. And we got funding just like that. Safaricom, they spoke to Safaricom, they came on board, and they funded everything. One corrective surgery takes about 300,000. So you can imagine if we are doing 93, you can imagine the amount of money that the foundation, the Safaricom, and the Flying Doctors and AMREF have put in. Yeah. So it is just by talking. We don't have resources from the county. We just advocate, and we also look for partners ourselves. I've also found partners who are putting up for me 2 sickle cell clinics within Migori County. They are putting one in Migori and another in Rongo. And just the same way, I just met the Sickle Cell Foundation. They know Migori is endemic because of the malaria prevalence in the region. And based on that, they were able to come. They met the patients for themselves. And the patients, if you listened to them, you'd go out and look for funding to help those people, because you find a sickle cell patient must take medication on a daily basis. This medication, one of them costs 45 shillings. Some of them have to take 2. So women are at a dilemma. do they buy food or do they buy medication? Because they are told also these children don't survive. But I was able to get personnel from the Sickle Cell Foundation. They came and we had the warriors, the ones who are above 40 and have suffered and still have the condition. So they realized that we can actually also help our children rather than just assuming that the children will die. We should go out of our way. So just by asking, we are not funded by anyone, but we walk around. I don't know how to call it. We raising funds by walking around. So they are also going to do for us clinics, which will have all the equipment that before they had to travel all the way to Eldoret to get.
Wow.
Yeah.
In addition,
you too?
Yeah, no, in addition to what Madam Agnes has said, as the County First Ladies Association, we have a subscription that we have to put in to be a member of the association. And we also write proposals as the County First Ladies so that we can get some funds to run with the programs that we're working on. And also we also look upon the grants when we have grants. But above all, like what my colleague has said, is the partners. Some partners are so amazing. They just say, we will come and help you. They also feel the urge. They say at certain age, when you reach, let's say, 50 and above, you ask yourself, you've achieved all this. What are you going to leave back behind? So we find people who are that urge to go and give back to the community, and they look up to us so that we can support them, because sometimes they want to go and do something in the county, but because we have this political will, for courtesy of the governor, so we work together, and that's how we do our programs.
Yeah, and just to add that at the moment we have, whether we have a secretariat with one employee.
One.
Managing all of us. And we are very grateful that AMREF has given us an office.
Yeah.
So you see, we have a lot of goodwill.
How often do you all meet?
It depends on the programs. When we have a program, then we have an executive team that we meet. We meet like after every 2 weeks, just to find out how is the other person, how is the other county. But for us to meet all of us, it depends on the programs. When we have a program that is touching all of us, then we will call upon them. Yeah.
You need to travel to Migori,
We will. We say we need to travel. We will.
The two of you?
Yeah.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, we will.
Fish is waiting for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Omena.
Yes, the small one. Yeah.
I'm there. Nice. Okay. More tweets coming in thick and fast. Chris says, Jeff, ask them how they are empowering the boy child in the government, because all that I heard from them, it's only women empowerment. Boy child is suffering. A
good question. A very good question. And we also have sons. And we want our sons tomorrow to even have wives. So we have to empower them. One, how do we empower the boys? We have the menstrual hygiene management. When we are taking the sanitary pads to the girls, we also have a package for the boys, which we call it Men of Honor. Whenever we're taking their package, which has toothbrush, boxer, and soap. When we take to them, they feel appreciated and they like it. Number two, how we are empowering boys is also by having programs. Certain programs. For example, personally, I have a program which I call Tusemezane. I hope I'll be a media person one time. So I have a program that I run called Tusemezane. This is a platform where I allow the youth to come on the table. Let's discuss. They tell me, Mom, we have problem with mental health. What do we do? I am not an expert with mental health. I'll go look around for the experts, and then they come and teach them. When they talk about financial literacy, I'll go look for someone who knows better than that. Whatever I can cover, I will cover myself. And that one I do monthly. So every month, they're always eager to find out what does Mama has for us. So we're empowering boys, and we believe in them. And I want to urge the men, please, we will do our part as women. Men, please come out, empower the young boys, because they are the future leaders. So we will try our best. We'll do the girls' empowerment. We'll do the boys' empowerment. But also we want men to come out. We want men to come out.
And mentor boys.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, and thank you. I've copied that. I think I'll pick that from you now that I'm a mono. But what I find the biggest challenge for the youth in Migori County is lack of employment. The unemployment is so high that we have young boys getting misused by politicians. You know, you are given 200 shillings to do 1, 2, 3 things. So what I'm doing is to advocate for them. I had a meeting with the chief officer in charge of special programs. I asked her to look, because they have funding within the department, I asked her to put together the youth. And if they can have now youth circles, we know we are used to women's circles. Yeah. We want to have youth circles so that they are able to carry out any other business that they are able to do. If it is maybe running the borders that they like, the people who like borders can continue with that. Those who can do reasonable mining can go and do that, because I believe there's money within the county that can help them. So I'm really advocating through the chief officer of the Department of Special Programs to assist youths with funding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies,
just 1 minute.
Go on.
The youth are very special people in their society. And I always tell them, from the bottom of my heart, we love you. And we want you to use your time very well. Use your time very well, because any opportunity that comes to you as a youth, it is very important. At a certain age, when you're old, you will look back and say, what did I do when I was a youth? So youth, you are loved. Listen to your elders. And the issue about drugs that is all over now, it is not the way to go. Ask a question when you have a problem. Don't just decide on anything you want to do without even asking. Some of us are ready. Jeff, aren't you ready to help the youth?
Very much.
Have you helped some?
I have.
Good. So you see, we are many of us who want to help the youth.
Yes.
So I want to urge youth, please, we love you and the future belongs to you and we will take care of you.
Okay. Those were good final thoughts. I'll let you get the final word now, moving forward.
As I said earlier, we have the voice as women, as the first ladies. Let's talk and let's get things moving. We will not be able to change everyone, but we can start with one person. So my urge is that we come together, we strengthen our association as the county first ladies, so that we can have an impact. I know we are also advocating, we are also struggling to have our office recognized by the government. And you know, it is the little things we are doing that will make them realize that that office can do something. We are celebrating. We are very excited that the office of the Chief Cabinet Secretary was recognized the other day, and we are celebrating that, and we'll move one at a time. So, but eventually, we hope the CFLA, what we call the CFLA, will be recognized by the government and given some funding to be able to carry out some of the activities that we do.
Absolutely. Ladies, I can only wish you all the very best.
Asante.
It's been a great, great pleasure talking to you both.
Asante sana. Asante sana.
Say hello to your husband. He's my good friend.
Salamu nitapeleka.
Tafadhali. Salamu ifike.
Kiswahili kitukuzwe. Nitapeleka kabisa. Asante sana. Thank you.
And you as well. Agnes Ochilo.
We have a date.
We have a date in Migori County with lots of omena. Do we fly to Kisumu and then drive, or how does it work?
We have an airstrip in Migori.
Come on.
Yes.
You have an airstrip?
Yes.
But
so you can fly to Migori, but we don't have to say.
There are
things we don't discuss. But you can also fly to Kisumu, and then you drive down.
How long to drive?
3 hours.
No.
It depends on the vehicle you're using.
We do airstrip.
Yeah, airstrip.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
Nashukuru sana.
Asante.
Mungu awabariki.
Na akubariki nawe.
Kiswahili yangu yote imeisha.
Tumejaribu kabisa.
Thank you. Thank you.
Agnes Lanku, First Lady, Kajiado County number 034, and Agnes Ochilo, First Lady, Migori County number 044. 10 counties apart. How about that? Great conversation on this International Women's Day. Again, happy International Women's Day.
Happy International.
It's every day is Women's Day, so yeah.
Na Kiswahili tunasemaje? Happy International Women's Day. Wewe ndio utanieleza. Hapo nimekwama. Nisaidie. tutasemaje sasa? Mimi nitajua.
Haya.
Siku Happy International.
Siku ya wanawake duniani. Hapana.
Furaha kwa siku.
Furaha tele kwa kina mama. Furaha tele kwa kina mama kwa siku ya
wanawake wanawake dunia.
I would never have gotten that. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
As always. Folks, remember, life can be unpredictable and accidents can happen all the time. Unexpected illnesses can leave you with financial burdens, but with APA insurance, you can protect what matters most to you. That's right, folks. Remember that. Also, whether it's your health, your car, or your home, APA insurance has you covered. Don't let unforeseen circumstances bring you down. Ensure your happiness today with APA insurance. At the same time, JKLIVE, powered by Johnnie Walker. Johnnie Walker's Black Label whiskey has a bold taste with bold flavor and is meant for those who take bold steps. Johnnie Walker, the world's #1 blended Scotch whiskey, aged 12 years to perfection with notes of sweet, smoky, and spicy. Keep walking means to take a bold step and inspire others to take bold steps. Remember, to drink better, not more. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18 years. Don't drink and drive. Excessive consumption of alcohol can be harmful to your health. Thanks so much for being a part of JKLIVE. Remember, every Wednesday, it's all about those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. JKL. Thanks so much, everybody. And happy again International Women's Day, and in Swahili as well, as was said by Edna.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. Good night, good luck. God bless you all. Mungu awabariki nyinyi.
Asante sana.
Asante pia.
Thank you.